Hey, what's up, everybody? This is a long overdue kind of a demo slash review of my Fender Machete 50-watt head. These things aren't even made anymore. They're tough to get, but if you can get your hands on one, they're well worth, you know, whatever you're going to pay for it. I think I paid almost $1,200 for this about 5 years ago. I've had it for that long, and it's been really my workhorse amp for pretty much everything I do. I've used this in some situation, be it recording, uh, playing with the band, personal bedroom practicing. It fits the bill on every level. Surprisingly, this is an incredibly dynamic, loud amplifier that you can play in any situation. If it's a metal band, you got the tools right in the head. If it's a funk band, you can do it right in the head. You can do blues through this thing. It's just a crazy good amp. And I never want to get rid of the thing because it's just always solid. It never lets me down. I did have the power tubes go about a year ago, year and a half ago or so. I had one power tube go, so I switched them out and I put JJ's in it, and it's been going strong ever since, and I love it. But enough about that. Let's hear it. So I'm on a clean channel right now. My gain on my clean channel right here is pretty low. I have it, right around the, 3 or 4 range, and I get my volume down here, and I have it pushed in so it's not boosted. And this is on my neck pickup of my Ibanez R442. And I'm in drop D tuning, tuned to A432. Very, very crystal clear cleans. And if I turn the gain up a little bit, it starts to come to life a little more, and you get that Stevie Ray Vaughan-ish type of tone. I'm going to tune up to E real quick. But if you turn the gain up a little bit, you can already hear it starting to get hotter. And I'm not even at the halfway point yet. Right there's about halfway, and you start to get the... Now if I boost this up to about 3/4, it starts to break up. switch to my bridge pickup, it's starting to get some pretty sweet sounding gain to it. Right, and I'm still on my clean channel, don't forget, so this is starting to get some good gain. If I turn the gain all the way up, it gets a pretty decent rock and roll type of sound, and it sounds really good. The gain you can get on this is so cool. You can switch it up to different types in just the clean channel. Never mind the distorted channel. The distorted channel is off the walls. But let's play with this gain a little bit. I'm going to boost it now. If I pull this out, it's going to boost my gain signal. So now it sounds like this. So you get that really cool sounding gain. It sounds awesome. I could use that just like that all night long, and it would be great because you can clean up with your volume knob. So if I played this, and then I just turn my volume on my guitar down a little bit, it doesn't get super clean, but you know, you can clean it up enough. And especially, I'm still on my bridge pickup, so if I go to like my position 4 on my selector switch, which is my middle and my neck pickup, I have an HSS guitar, if you don't know what an Ibanez R442 is. But on those position 4, it cleans right up. Then you flip a switch, turn the volume back up. So you get a variety of tones with that setting right there, just by using the switches and the volume knobs on your guitar. I could sit and play with this in a room all night when it comes to, you know, playing. It's maybe not het-filled area, but you could pull it off. You could do it with a band and it wouldn't sound horrible. So you could play with it in that setting right there all night long. Play all kinds of different types of music. You can go back to that little funky thing I was doing. And that's just by switching my pickups and turning my knob down a little bit. And then I get back to this. And just so you know, I'm not playing through any pedals at all. This is going straight from my guitar with my Vox cable straight into my amp with my Vox cable. That's it. I don't have any effects. There's nothing in the loop in the back. There's no gain pedals. There's no boost pedals. It's all just the amp and the guitar, which I prefer. I'm not what you'd call a purist, but I really think that's the best tone you're going to get out of any guitar player, is just a guitar, a cable, and a head. I love it. There's nothing dirtying up your signal in between. I'm not a purist because I do have a pedal board that I use, and I use effects frequently, but my preference, my real love, the tone is just a guitar and a head. I love it. But yeah, this channel alone I could spend on all night. But if I need to go into that awesome metal range, I just change over to channel 2 here, and now I get some fiery gain. Turn this up a little bit for the camera. It's not a lot. This amp is very loud. It works. I've played with some heavy hitting drummers and it holds up just fine. you can get massive gain out of this amp. And my gain here is you know, a little past, it's almost 3/4 of the way up. There's not a substantial difference between here and the top end of it, so let's see. It gets a little bit thicker. Excellent sounding amp. It's got some really good tone shaping features on it. I'll tell you what, this amp, as far as the EQ goes, the 3-band EQ, you get low, mid, and high. It makes a huge difference when you move these knobs just a little bit. So I'll play with the mids because those are pretty recognizable, and I'll turn it. Huge difference, just going up, you know, 1/8 of the knob. So there's that really scooped mids, Hetfield-y kind of. It sounds beef. I like mids. I like to put it around right here. Gets a little bit more bite. Now the highs, same thing, man. That knob, it does crazy things. Already, it's way too piercing for me at a little bit above 3/4. But let me tell you what, when you're in a mix and you got a really thick sounding rhythm section and your drummer is an animal, that high knob, you can really cut through with this knob. It does a lot. Brings you into wet blanket territory once you go beyond the half point. That's where I like it for my ears. Then you've got the notch. The notch knob is insane. This thing brings you from America to Europe and then back, and you can blend the two. It's really cool. So right now I'm on the left side of the knob. I'll bring it all the way down. You can hear. So I would have to say that on the right side of the knob, you're in the British range, I guess you could say. Gives you that more nasally type of sound, which is kind of cool. And then all the way to the left would be more of a Mesa kind of USA type of sound. I prefer it right about here. That's where I like it. That's what sounds best to my ears. It might be different for everybody, but that's where I dig it the most. The other thing that it has on it that's really interesting is it's got the damping, which is the last knob on the right there. I have it set to tight right now. I kind of like it with this cab. I'm using an orange 212 open back cab, and I set it to tight, and I like the way it sounds on this cab. But when I play it through my PV 412, I like it on the loose setting. So it helps tune the head to the cab you're using. So what I like with this cab sounds totally different when I use my 412 cab that's over on the left, on my right over there. So it's an interesting tool for the head where you can actually make it sound better for the cab you're using. So you leave the settings alone, switch the cab, and then you just play with this to make the speakers sound different. So right now it's set to tight. Then you've got a position between normal and tight. Then you've got normal. Then you've got a position between normal and loose. And then you've got loose. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 settings. So here's tight. I move it back 1. So it makes the speaker react different. When it's on loose on this open back cab, it kind of makes it sound a little fuzzy to me. So with this cab, I prefer it on tight. Now it's different when I play through my 412 cab. When I have it on tight over there, it sounds too thin. And when I put it on loose, it sounds much better for the closed back 412. So I think it has a lot to do with the closed back, open back. It helps you with the sound. I prefer it on tight on this particular cab. Really awesome head. Quick video. I'm already at about the 18-minute mark, maybe. Getting a little long in the tooth, but best head I've ever owned. I own a bunch of amps. This is still my favorite. Nothing's really fully replaced it. I did buy a Boss Katana that I like, that I now use in my practice spot because it's solid state and I don't have to worry about burning the shit out of my tubes. So it's great for that, but it's definitely not a replacement for this Machete. I would love to say that it is, but it's not. But I've got a new Strat coming. I bought a Fender American Elite. It should be here in a couple of days. I can't wait to hear that guitar through this head. I'll definitely do a review video on that guitar once I get it. But just to keep my page alive, I'm posting this one. Old amp, but if you can get one, get one. They're well worth it. They'll do you no wrong. You can get any sound you want through this thing. The clean channel alone is worth the asking price. So check them out if you get a chance. This is Chris, and have a great day, everybody. Peace out.